A lady lined up for 10 minutes, brought the kid over. The kid didn't win anything because it is a claw machine. Sometimes you miss, right? As I was trying to pull a prize for the kid, it's like she's bitching at me. She's like, you my this. By the way, they don't play the fucking game. They don't
I like the freeze.
Did you hear the freezes on his head? I thought
cut out like 4 times. I thought you were bleeping out your swears.
Wait,
it might have been on my
no, it was your internet, but it sounded like it was censoring what you were saying. That was actually so fucking cool.
It was so good.
That's the podcast start clip right there.
It's my mic clipping, but anyways.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome back to another week of podcasts here. We got a great crew. We got J-Mac, we got Stoic, we got Lucky, we got Once in Love here. You guys know everybody. How's everybody doing today? How you guys feeling?
Tired.
Great.
Exhausted.
Yeah, tired.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have slept really.
A lot of packing.
Nothing new
Are
then,
you
alright.
packing? Oh, we're moving?
Yeah, we bought a new house. We move in December 15th, and we're
Congrats.
out
Congratulations.
this week. Yeah. I thought I was honestly going to be experiencing the move out, move in. I don't know if any of you guys have ever had that wonderful opportunity when you sell a house, you buy a house, and it's the same day you're moving into the new house. I'm going to be spending 1 month with the in-laws. So not that that's bad or anything, but I mean, I just really wanted to experience that you move out, you move in house experience. So we didn't get it.
I see. That's cool. Congratulations. Let me get some GZs in chat here. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's big news, man.
Yeah, congrats. It's actually a pretty deal.
Yeah, that's huge news. Okay, let's get right into the topics that we have today. I mean, I love these tangents as well, by the way. But let's get right into the topics here. Topic number 1. Yeah, EU Cup. What were your thoughts on this past weekend's EU Cup? Let's give some of our insight, what matches we liked. Obviously, Jeff and me were watching this, as well as, Lucky and Tyler, you guys saw it. And of course, Stoic, you were commentating on it. So we all kind of know the ins and outs, right? This is the last of the cups before the finals, which is happening on November 21st. 20th.
20th or 21st?
20th.
No, 21st. Saturday, right?
21st?
Saturday.
21st.
Saturday.
21st.
Oh,
all right. I guessed it. I mean, I knew the right date. Perfect. All right. So anyways, that is going to be the finals, and we're excited to check that out. But what were your thoughts on this EU Cup here? Anybody?
Who got predictions right? I didn't.
Not me.
I got
Not me.
my brackets were like, it was opposite day for me. I ended up getting almost everything wrong. It was really
I got one side right. One side was right for me.
I think I got 2 right.
Oh, let me check. I don't even remember.
Okay,
I'll be honest. I voted for Obabo and Say, just not because of like whatever, but they're my friends, right? I talk to them the most, probably, and yeah. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, I'm scared if I look up the event right now and see how many points I had. I did so bad that they're gonna like take away energy and mana.
They're gonna take your scrolls back.
They're gonna like take scrolls from my account because I predicted so badly is what it's gonna happen. So I don't even want to look.
I mean, I feel like everybody had Obabo up there. So that I think a lot of people missed out on a ton. I had a feeling Seishizo was going to struggle with the turn 2 comp coming out of Shen. And it wasn't honestly that case. I feel like Seishizo drafted a little differently. I wasn't expecting to see what we did see coming out of him, and Shen ended up taking the victory out of it. But I did think Shen was going to beat Seishizo this time around.
Oh, okay. So the thing is with Say is I've watched him last year, I watched him previous years, and watched his game style. It is true that he leaned one comp is Bulwark and the other comp is always Gianna, right? It's always rotating. And that was not something like special. He didn't bring something special. It's different. No curveballs. It was very predictable. One thing I didn't get about Say, which it's just my own opinion, right? Like, I'm sure he has his own reasons, is that he didn't use the Gianna when he gets a chance. It's going to be your best unit available. It's not banned first match. You're using it because that means you get it for 2 matches minimum, right? At least that's my opinion. And by not using it, you're not getting your best unit in the second round. And it's pretty obvious Shen was going to ban the Sierra, which is probably his second best unit. So I didn't like that at all from him. Other than that, I don't want to judge people's playstyle because they rune differently than me and they play the game differently than me as well.
Yeah, I would never hate on his draft. But I was expecting to see the Gianna if it wasn't pre-banned.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, not picking Gianna, considering how strong she is in the meta right now, is just kind of a bit of a concern. I
right
think
now,
it's too strong to.
Has it ever been not?
True, it's always. I mean, it's stronger now just because obviously it's more of a Sierra meta. more so.
Because artifacts are OP.
Plus the artifacts, yeah, exactly right.
Artifacts made OP units even more OP.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm just shocked at how fast everything went. And there was every single game was clean. It was just it was over. Every single game. Okay, sorry. Maybe they weren't clean. Every single match was a sweep. There was 2-0s, 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 and then 3-0, 3-0, and that was it. And even the final was a 3-0.
I know.
Yeah.
Twitch chat actually didn't see the conversation that like Tyler and I had, right? Like, well, in our like podcast, he literally is like, I'm a bit shocked that everyone got swept. I literally wrote, so were they. They were shocked as well, probably.
Yeah, they were all like confused.
No one expects to go into a tournament and go 8-0. It's that simple, right? And not just that, no one expects to get swept as well. So it was really interesting to see. I have a lot of questions as well. I do want to speak to them after SWC. They're like, hey, what was your thought behind this? Any reason behind this? Like for Obabo, one thing is I use a very similar comp, right? And I really did not like the Purple Malacca bearing. I'm sure Island has seen me try to use bearing for a long time, even before Han
Garbage.
I was buffed. It's garbage, and
just to be fair, it can do the job. So it's not like the most garbage, but it's not consistent enough for what
it's
you
pretty
really
good
want
on ladder. I don't think it's very good in tournaments.
Yep, I completely
ladder's
It just
okay.
doesn't have enough pressure, right? In ladder, like you can pick it because it's like, oh, I would never expect someone to pick a bearing, you know?
Yeah, which is it's a curveball, right? But bearing space speed is complete garbage.
It's 99, right?
up. Yeah, it's 99. It doesn't match up to anything. You can throw any type of. You can throw fucking Tiana and they're all speeder, right? Like there's so many options. That was my main problem, and I think bearing. It's an interesting unit. It's a fun unit, but consistency wise, I don't think it's a very good tournament monster. Because I've tried it myself. I really wanted to make bearing work because I have a Han as well, right?
Yeah, I think in that draft, was that the draft that he could have drafted Gemini as the last slot and it would have been really good because he had no strip, right? So he had some issues with that.
He needed the second speed lead as well.
Yeah, so he needed a Gemini in the last slot, and I thought the draft actually could have been pretty good. But I forgot what he drafted. He just drafted something random, like, I don't know what it was.
Barbara.
Yeah, Barbara. So more single target. Yeah, so that was interesting.
Can we talk about how not a single person picked Chongpeng? And not a single person pre-banned Chongpeng?
That's a Pepe laugh. That's a Pepe laugh. They don't know, chat. They don't know. You should have saw me, Jeff, and Fate, and we're just all like, shut up, don't talk about it. They don't need to know about Chunpeng, you know what I mean? I don't know why.
Get out of here.
Like, they just saw America's Cup the week before. Like, I think we fools to believe that none of them watched it. So, how maybe they were just too nervous. They don't have it, or they don't have it ruined, but a lot of them are, they do summon. Somebody's got to have Chunpeng in there. I don't know.
I do have to speak about Chunpeng. It looks very broken, especially the way I use it. But if you even watch a lot of my matches, its activation rate is actually not that good. When it lands, it's insane. It's the most insane unit. But I still think it's broken, but it's not like you drop Chiwu, you drop Chunpeng, you win, right? There's a lot of like stuff that you have to think of if it fails and whatnot as a unit. So Chunpeng is not the best unit, but there were cases where a lot of them, if they drop Chunpeng there, they would win the game. I felt like at least.
It's that, or you have to ban it, right?
Yes.
Yep.
It's a force ban more than anything. And there's no way Asia Cup, those people don't have a Chunpeng.
No.
There's no way EU, there's not one person without it. Like Joseph had it. Ken had it. Chakamu had it.
They don't know how to use it. That's what it is.
No one used it, which is really surprising.
Yeah, so they don't know how to use it is all it is. But like I think you're right, Jeff. I mean, as in your draft though, as a secondary, he does so much though. You know what I mean? As that secondary strip and secondary unit, just to like rely on, he's reliable because he's not relied as that first main guy. He's not the main guy in there. So he's like the best wingman. Let's just say that.
Oh, Baba says nobody has it.
Oh,
No,
really?
no one in EU had it. That's pretty unlucky.
Wow, that's actually
That's
unlucky.
I think there's also something worth mentioning that even for the people who do have it, it is a playstyle difference, right? Not a lot of people are comfortable with things that have that low activation. Even if it's like Daphnis, right? If like Daphnis hits, he does a ton, but if he misses, he does nothing. So it's kind of the same feeling. It's like, do I want a unit like that? Some people are totally comfortable with it. Like you played it really well, and you also had like good fail safes for it, but not everyone's comfortable with that. So that's like a pretty fair reason why we don't see it as much in Asia, I think.
Yeah, if you want to use it as an all-in unit, it's like Okeanos. turn one you lose, it's over. It's literally over, right? So you have to think about that as well. So it's a playstyle difference for sure. It's not a turn one unit. It's not a turn two unit as well. It's a very situational, but when used in the right spot, it's nuts.
Yeah, that thing's really good for sure. Yeah, so I guess they just didn't have it. It's a combination of didn't have it and don't know how to use it yet. But I can tell you right now, we're gonna see it in Worlds. Like, there's just no way we don't see it in Worlds. Yeah,
Definitely.
man, that's gonna be the highlight unit this year. I feel that and Beast Riders are definitely gonna be highlights of this year, and Chiwu. Those four units.
I think Han will be another highlight unit of the year. People will see how strong Han is very quickly.
Yeah. So going back to the tournament here, I mean, what do you think their biggest flaws was? I feel it was a little bit too much reactionary picks and a little bit too much nervousness. Like the fact that when one person gets nervous and picks something that's just so weird, it actually has a trickling down effect, in my opinion, to the next person's pick, because now that person's like kind of confused on, you know, what the hell's going on, like why is this getting picked, right? And it just turns out to be honestly a Papega draft, and you got both sides looking real weird. That's what I noticed some of the drafts ended up being. So
I think you're right.
Things.
A lot of things is like they drafted reactively. Sometimes they're not necessarily drafting for the sake of making the combo work, but rather they are trying to take things from other people, which is not good. So I didn't like that. I think Vili came out punching really well. First match, you know right away, when Obabo drafted the Han, he took the beta away, right? Which is huge. Han 33 speed lead with the beta, took turn one. That's a huge unit taken away from Obabo since he's been so successful with it on the ladder. So I think that's incredible. So he did some homework. I wouldn't say he did a lot of homework, but he had some luck in his favor as well, which is not a bad thing. I'm not taking anything away from him. But in any type of tournament or anything like this, it's like poker as well. A lot of times, you need to get lucky in certain situations, right? That's part of Summoner's War. It's part of RTA, right?
I think he did a little bit more homework than you think. He was prepared for Obabo. He also was prepared for Zerpalita as well, if you could tell. Pre-banning out the Amelia, he knew the Amelia was going to be built fast. Because I was curious, like a ban on Amelia, and it's only because he knew Zerpalita. It didn't help that Zerpalita wasn't running a lot of will runes and the Ganymede. So that's on Zerpalita's fault. But Vili knew what he was getting into with Obabo. Vili knew what he was getting into with Zerpalita. And then his last match, obviously up against Rosie. Guy 3-0'd Rosie. Like, come on now. You can't tell me he didn't do any preparation for that guy. So he had 3 matches. I think he prepared for all 3 of them.
To be fair, I don't think as much as I love Vili and I think he's a great player, I don't think that under normal circumstances his gameplay goes 8-0. And the reason I say that is because there were 3 or 4 matches in his series where he got a turn 1 violent proc that actually just won him the game. Because without it, there was no defense break set up for a kill, or there was no second chance for a strip stun, right? The Ethna skill 2ing into skill 3 or skill 3 into skill 2 was massive in 3 of the games. And one of them, he got the Sierra resistance against Obabo's Daphnis, and that's what won him the game too.
Yep. And
right, so 15%, 22% first turn. Like, as well as he did draft well, that is a very significant factor. And I don't think that he went like as hard in the researching as he wanted to go with, because unless he got that proc, it wasn't going to be anything close to what it turned out to be. Yeah, especially against Rosseth with the Ragnall's open.
I think one thing to note about the way Vili drafted also is it's how he usually drafts on ladder. He's always the aggressive type player, and he's got really fast fire runes as well. So I don't know if people knew much about him because he kind of came in under the radar for a lot of players. A lot of the Europe guys do know of him and know how strong his runes are, but for everyone else from a global front really don't know much about him. And yeah, he's one of those guys with some really, really, really fast violent runes, and he always plays that aggressive play style. So I mean, on the day that can work out really well, especially if he gets that momentum rolling and starts feeling really confident with his draft, and someone that can steamroll the competition. That's what he ended up doing, right? He ended up steamrolling everyone. So yeah, caught a lot of people off guard. He just pretty much went, full blast at people, and it worked. Worked on the day.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I'll also say something is that. Sorry, I might have worded it wrong, but I think he didn't do as much homework compared to Obabo for sure. That's what I meant. Like, I'm sure there's still homework involved and whatnot, but pretend, let's say Ross's 3rd match. His Ethna, if there's no proc out of Violent, the game was over. And it's different than Rostov could have picked up a game. But there's nothing wrong with getting lucky in part of the game. I got lucky throughout the whole tournament as well. So it is part of it. And it's interesting because I do feel that every region has their own different sort of minor, how do I say it, ways of countering things differently. So it's really fun to watch as well. A lot to learn. Lots of homework I've done already, and it's really interesting. And I'm getting kind of nervous because it is 10 days left, right? And it's slowly starting to sink in. I start questioning a lot about my plays and thoughts. And honestly, I just have to go in there, pray for RNG like Mr. Chung, and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's true. When do we know who plays who? Do we kind of know or no? Not yet, right?
I don't know yet. I'm guessing it. I would assume it's released this week.
That makes sense.
Soon. You guys are gonna know soon. Wait for the videos to come out.
That'd be cool. Did they do random drawings again, or was it just seeding stuff?
Okay. I don't think I can say that, but all I know is the bracket is done.
Oh, okay. Bracket's done. Cool.
Okay.
So that'll probably come out soon.
Bracket's done, exactly.
Okay.
So
Sick.
to bring it back to the drafting
Soon.
stuff,
That's all I can say.
there were 3 things I consistently noticed in the tournament, and I know you mentioned the first one as people were extremely reactionary. I think that's a big factor to one of them. Another one is that people never focused the ragdoll early. Ragdoll was almost always the last target or the second last target for almost everybody, especially players who had AoEs, which doesn't make any sense to me. They defense broke the ragdoll, but they wouldn't kill the ragdoll. And a lot of people didn't pick double speed leads. It was not nearly as common as the other tournaments. We didn't see that many double speed leads unless it was like Fran and Sierra or something, or like sometimes the Fran and Chiwu. But it felt like in the other tournaments, there were at least 3 speed leads, usually 4 speed leads in every single game. And in EU Cup, it was 2 to 3, sometimes only 1. Very rarely, but sometimes only 1.
Yeah, they didn't really compete with each other for it, huh?
So yeah, I felt like once one side, and no, this is for every match. I reviewed it multiple times already. Once someone drafts like they were gonna go for speed, they basically, lack of term, pussied out. They basically was like, fuck it, I'll play defensively, and I don't think that's the way to play. It is a way to play, but every single person did it, which is super interesting. If you watch America's Cup, everybody was fighting for speed. They put it where even if they can't fight for speed, they're gonna be able to like slip in where the tuning's not tight and whatnot, and that's really good. I think that's a different way of play. But I felt like every single person, maybe they know each other so well, I don't know this, that they know that if I compete for speed against him, I'll never win. Maybe that's the reason as well. I don't know personally because I don't know them well enough. I just see them on the ladder. But that's what Tyler is right. That I noticed that as well.
You know, a lot of the time, like when we watch other players, it's really common, really common in North America, even on ladder. But what we like to do is we like to contest speeds because in the first match, you're playing for information. You're not necessarily playing to like throw a comp out there. You're playing to find out as much as you can about the person so that you can adjust your second and third match. If you win the first match, great, you know, you have an advantage. But if you get outsped and, you know, you try to put it in a position where getting outsped is detrimental, but not the loss condition. It's not like if I get outsped, I instantly lose. You want to be able to gauge what you can adjust for the next match going forward. So knowing things like what units are on Will, what units aren't on Will. Maybe you have a pocket pick Swift Ganny ready. You know, if you have like a 320 Swift Ganny, maybe your Fran lead with the Ganny is enough to contest somebody and take the second match away, right? It throws people off when you're able to come back on that second match, especially if they've outsped you on first turn. Because a lot of players feel like if I take turn 1, I should win, right? I should have a huge advantage. That's a very common mindset. But in tournament play, when you're able to adjust against it, everything changes really fast.
Yeah, that's true. All in all, I think I was a little bit disappointed. I'll be straight. I was a little bit disappointed in the EU matches. I wanted to see a lot. Like, I don't care who wins. I just want to see better matches. You know, I want to see better lineups. I want to see better battles. And there was just a lot of mistakes. Now, granted, you know, nobody's going to play the game perfect, but I feel that when it comes to picking bans, that should always be, like, pretty perfect. Like, that just means you either A, were just way too nervous, or B, just unprepared. Because drafts should literally come down to a lot of preparation, and you should know exactly what you should be doing against what. Right? At this point, you've done your homework. You've been doing ladder. You've been playing RTAs. You know what's the meta. You know what's going on. You know what they can probably pick, right? So, and they didn't pick anything, like, out of the ordinary. You know, if you get surprise pick, right? Like, you know, Jeff comes in versus Ken with that, you know, crazy lineup. I mean, okay, right? I understand. You don't know what's going on. That's tougher. But I mean, it was just honestly a poor showing, which kind of sucks, right? I think the players are also, you know, down on themselves as well. I feel like they, you know, the people that got knocked out, they felt they could have done better, but it is what it is, right? Hopefully the players that did make it on, Vili and Rozith, right? They're gonna prepare and do really well coming into Worlds and represent EU very well in that in the Worlds Cup.
One thing I do want to say is, I said this on stream before, but I want to say this because it's a larger platform and whatnot. Really congrats to Vili, someone that has sat in the sideline for 2 years, didn't even get to play. Come and fucking destroy the whole thing. Take winner. You can see how happy he was. I'm very happy for him. It's an awesome feat, and it's pretty crazy. Rosif, back-to-back years in Worlds as well, which is nuts. So everything we say, although we like talk about it, I don't want to take anything away from you guys because you guys are still incredible players. It's just, it's easier for us to judge on the sideline after, obviously, but I'm sure you guys have your reasons. And at the end of the day, I just want to go to Worlds and we have a good match, right? That's all I want. I want a good showing for everybody to watch, and I'm really excited and nervous at the same time now.
Sounds like a similar story about someone else who's been competing in SWC and then took it all in America's Cup.
Yeah, sometimes some people do that sometimes.
Yeah, wonder who.
It's kind of cool that that's happened twice now, though.
Imagine sitting on the sidelines and making it to Worlds this year, huh? Imagine sitting on the sidelines. Sounds
I think EuroCup
IslandGrown next year.
I think EuroCup in general was quite like, it was really aggressive and it was really exciting. Even though it might have felt short, it might have felt a little bit on the disappointing side. But overall, I felt like it was still really entertaining. It was really good to see someone like Vili come out of nowhere because everyone wrote him off thinking, you know, Barbo's just going to 2-0 him and move on. It was good to see him turn up and take it away from everyone. It was pretty aggressive, and I think he should be someone to potentially look out for as well. I think EU Cup would have given him a lot of confidence, and, you know, he's probably going to hopefully, I would like to see him do well at Worlds just because of his play style, that aggressiveness. It's just kind of something that's exciting to watch.
See, I agree with you, Lucky, but I also agree with Island as well. Like, it's super exciting to see like 2-0s cross the board, this huge sweep of a tournament, massively exciting. But on the other spectrum, this is a tournament. This is the best for EU, and everybody was swept. Really, everybody was swept in a European Cup championship. Like, so, for a tournament, it's like, I feel like it shouldn't have been like that. Everybody should have had much cleaner drafts, or
at least a cleaner 2-0. You know what I mean? Like, it was good matches of 2-0s. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like you'll see that really commonly though in best of 3 scenarios. Like the time where you don't see sweeps is when you put it in the best of 5, because in a best of 3, if you lose your advantageous match where you have the better draft, like you have the better pick. Let's say, you know, you have a Gianna and a Ragdoll, right? And they ban the Gianna, so you get the Ragdoll in one game. If you're stronger with the Ragdoll than you are with the Gianna and you lose that match, you're most likely going to lose the next one too, right? That's the thing with the 50-50 on who gets the first pick. If you lose the match, you have the advantage. Your second match is most likely a sweep, which is why we see so many 2-0s. But when we see the best of 5s, I think it's less common to see that. Obviously, in this tournament, we did see 2 3-0s, but I think that's kind of just based on the structure and the formatting of the game, and less so on like, I wish these players had played better. You know what I mean? Because there's also that factor of like people getting lucky, like really lucky on turn 1.
But the thing is,
turn
that
1
the drafts were poor.
Insane.
Like, there was not one draft that was like that. There might be some of the drafts that were solid. I'm just talking about drafts, you know, because drafts sets up everything, right? You want to talk about luck and talk about the play as well. I understand, but the drafts, I feel like we're just kind of weird sometimes. Like we were sitting and commentating, me, Jeff, and Faint, and every single time we'd be like, yeah, they're probably gonna pick this. They don't. Every time, oh, they're probably gonna ban this. They don't. And it's literally after analyzing it, it's like the worst possible ban they could have. It's like, how could they not have banned Oki in one of those rounds? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we kind of knew, because I firmly believe like, yo, the match of RTA is literally like 70%, if not some people would like to say more, in pick and bans. We didn't even get to the luck factor. We didn't even get to whose runes are what, where the will is, who's counting skill cooldowns. It's just pick and bans right from the bat. So I wish those were cleaner. But yeah, I agree with you. 3-0, I mean, best of 3s, it's hard. It's real hard because it's small, right? It's real small. But hopefully better showings at Worlds.
Petition
to blink and your tournament's gone.
5, please. Petition to change it to best of 5. Finals game.
We were saying that. I think we were discussing that, right?
I've been saying this since I first played in 2017. I've been saying that. You're
The
gonna get
argument
better
is
games.
always like they always say it takes too long, right?
Yeah,
and I think we should do it. Best of 5 is the way to
biggest
go.
tournament of the year. It's tons of people watching. It's not like nobody's watching and nobody's working, right? But with a best of 5, we get to gather a lot more information, and I feel stronger right away of you telling me best of 5, and I'm sure other players say same likewise. You're gonna get better matches. Getting information is huge. Remember that match I had with Joseph? I got information of his Joseph is on Shield. I'm not running Oki into that ever again. That's already a technical play that you learn only from playing a little more, right? Maybe I could have picked learned it from other players and whatnot, but overall you're gonna grasp information and you're gonna have better showing of matches in general.
Yeah, I agree. But can we all agree? If there is best of 5s, I will never want to see best of 5s for Asia production. Thank you very much, because I don't want 7 hours of breaks. Okay, like fuck the best of 5s. Hey, you know, Nate, I'm gonna flame your ass right now, Asia production. But hey, can we lower the amount of breaks in between? Okay, and then let's do some best of 5s. Okay, because like, yeah, I think the EU production and the NA production is a good amount of breaks, right? It was like 2 and like 10 minutes. Okay, fine. Right, or even 5-minute breaks, a couple intervals, it's fine. But too long of breaks, man. I'm like falling asleep, man. I'm like literally falling asleep.
I heard you say Asia production, but all I could hear was 5 matches of Gani Hathor, Molly, and Vigor, or no defense breaker.
Yeah, you guys can
Those matches take so long.
You guys can cast that one.
Can you imagine best of 5s, but every game is like Gani Hathor on one team and then no immunity on the other. It's just like the slowest match ever. The Gani Hathor, Verd, Fran, Molly. It's like,
put it this way, prelims though, the Japanese and whatnot were just cleaving their way into like 20-second matches as well. So that's a balance, right?
It's true.
They didn't go that far, but you know what? They tried.
Yeah, they were like, all right, we're gonna commit right now. Die hard, live fast.
Like, the thing, I completely agree with Island and what you guys saying as well, because
I'm kind of memeing though.
You know how much video footage I have saved of every single player in every match. I'm going through their old videos from prelims, watching fucking Viger Molly bullshit for the last few hours gets kind of boring. But I don't know, like meta's gonna change. Every year's a little different. We'll see what it is.
Yeah.
Happen.
Okay, great discussion here. EU Cup, all in all, some great points, some great discussions. Very, very shocking results this weekend, but again, very excited. We got 2 very strong players out of that cup going into Worlds, and I expect them to do well. And I'd like to see them do very, very well. Rodzit and Vili, for sure. All right, topic number 2. Let's talk a little bit about artifacts, right? This could be something that could be changed and modified for the future. We did dabble slightly into it before. Oh, what is that?
Artifacts.
Oh. But we did dabble a little bit into before, but let's talk a little bit about what we think maybe should be adjusted from what we have. Some of the bad substats, maybe how they can be changed to be good. Some of the good ones, like additional damage, maybe do you think they need nerfs? And then maybe other potential substats that you might have thought of that might want to be included and added in. Because these things can actually change the meta without nerfing, buffing units, or even introducing new units. It's just the simple changes to artifacts can do it. Thoughts?
I can't see what that is, Jeff.
Yeah, I realized
16% speed increasing effect?
Oh, it's 116 additional damage on speed.
Must be nice.
116?
I literally just got it today.
You're 4% off of max purple? What? Wait, no. That's max blue. Max blue, but where the other roll
Max
roll?
blue is 1/120.
Oh, you put 3 rolls into that? I mean, anything over 110 is actually pretty solid right now. So.
Yeah, right now, max blue is already the way to go. But you play with what you get, right? And one thing is, okay, I'm gonna quickly talk about artifacts. I do understand Compton's release all this shit for to prolong the game, which is very good, and I like it because it's like instead of adding like a new rune set, they did something else like this, which is also similar to it. But releasing it on fucking right before tournament, it's dumb. Just because
for you, it's entertaining for us.
It's entertaining, it's dumb, but also it kind of puts us in an awkward position of we don't get to show you guys what's the best artifact gonna do and whatnot, right? We don't have time to get the best artifact. So that's also affecting, like, I think how artifacts can show. Next year is going to be a lot crazier because people are going to have the triple rolls, additional damage and whatnot. But there are a lot of stuff I do want to talk about artifacts because obviously I've been farming it nonstop. But we'll talk about it as we go through the comments.
True. So yeah, other thoughts of any of the three things I said. We have anything that's too strong and needs to be changed, anything too garbage that can be made better, and any new like lines that you thought about that would like to be incorporated.
Yeah, so this is something I've wanted to talk about for a long time, and I really wanted to wait until I had an opportunity to talk about it with Jeff, because I know Jeff has really good artifacts, and I know Jeff uses additional damage a lot. Do you think additional damage should deal full damage when it glances?
First of all, I think additional damage should be nerfed, period.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
It's really dumb. It probably creeps a lot of multi-hit units, and it puts a really awkward situation. I think all you have to do is by nerfing it is make it not ignore defense, and it's already a huge difference.
That's fair.
I would assume that it's gonna get nerfed because it power creeps too many units. There are tons of units that additional hit as well, but as you can see, some people's Okeanos are melting people's teams halfway through turn 1, right? So I think personally it needs to be nerfed. I don't know if they will, but I do agree with you that if it glances, it should as well. Or just in the general, I think our conversation is that additional damage needs to be nerfed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it melts away everything. The games will never go to like 50-60% nowadays with additional damage, period.
Right.
I was thinking,
go ahead.
Sorry, I was thinking with additional damage, the easiest fix to do it is based on total, like split it by a number of hits. So make it a total damage calc. So here's your total output damage. Instead of seeing it per hit, make it as part of your total damage output. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So like, let's say, so what do you mean is like, if you have unit A with 1 hit and unit B with 3 hits, they still deal the same amount of damage. It's just one is split between 3 and one is just 1. This would mean that there would be other units in Nat 5s that could gain value from additional damage, and we would see more shifts in meta. Right, it kind of like
and it also kind of puts a bit more value on the other substats available as well. Like right now, it's like you're almost always chasing additional damage.
Did you say change all of the damage to 1 hit?
No. If a unit, let's say Praha, right? They have to figure out a set amount of damage that it should deal, right? Like additional damage, whatever the scaling is, they just pick a set number, and depending on what stats you have, that's how much damage you would do. And instead of getting that same amount of damage per hit, it would be that set amount divided into three hits. And if a single target unit had the same stats, it would do the same damage, but just in 1 hit. This would bring more diversity, and more units can come in and benefit from this OP additional damage without maybe per se nerfing it. Because I feel like if you nerf it, you might shift the meta back to where it was. Because I kind of like how some of the units are kind of good now. I do understand it's strong, but I like how some of these other units are kind of making an appearance. Praha and stuff. It's kind of nice to see them in there. So kind of have to kind of discuss that a little bit too on the rippling effects of nerfing or buffing this.
First of all, GZ Bozrag.
Yeah.
Borzarg.
Borzarg.
Sorry. Second of all, okay. So one thing I did notice is something like additional damage on Sierra Praha. It can eat through a Leona shield right now.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Insane.
Really?
It's actually
my Juno kills Leona now. It's great.
Yeah, it can rip through. So which is dumb. The issue is if it let's say what Lucky says, something like that is kind of just like crit damage roll, is it not? So it's kind of in an awkward position as well. So it's gonna be hard to balance because obviously crit damage you still need crit rate and whatnot, right? But overall, it's kind of just buffs the whole unit as a whole. So it's kind of weird as well. Like I personally don't know how to solve it, but it's just what I noticed so far by using it.
So for reference, for people who don't really know how additional damage works, IslandGrown and I made a video where his Water Monkey King hits my 3000 defense Feng Yen, and it shows how ridiculous the additional damage stats are. But for reference, my Sierra skill 1's like a 1400 defense Fran with no buffs, no debuffs for about, I think it's 1.5k per hit. When I was attack broken, glanced, and they had defense buff, I was still hitting for 950 with my artifacts. When I took my artifacts off, I was hitting for 150 on glance, 250 on crit. So like the fact that my artifacts give me that much damage when you have like attack down, you have glancing, and they have defense buff is crazy.
Yeah, if you guys didn't see that video,
it rips through every form of mitigation, which is why we're talking about how overpowered it is.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, you should check it out. That video will explain a lot more about additional damage. I think a lot of people still don't truly understand how it works, and that's why when we say ignore defense and non-elemental disadvantage, it's big. So check out that video. We kind of explain it in depth. It's just you just look up IslandGrown additional damage and you'll see it. We did a good breakdown and testing for it to show you guys. So
Yeah, I remember when well, first of all, Chris, right? Chris did started talking about it, and I think he was one of the first to make the videos. And I saw you guys' video as well. I was like, holy shit, this thing is so broken, it's so dumb. Well, I don't look at it as that artifact being broken, but it makes certain unit broken. Someone in chat said something like, you make it where it only get additional damage when you don't crit, then it completely nerfs all the Oracle. Sierra's completely garbage. Sierra has to turn cycle and everything, and there's a couple units out there that needs it. So I don't think that works that well as well. So overall, like my general idea is like just nerf the damage. I think it's very simple. It's a lot easier, and I think it's still gonna make a very big impact in general, right? So if it doesn't go through, so it still makes your defense stats matter a lot, right? So people are still gonna run high defense on units like Fran, all the bruisers and whatnot. So it still makes your at least runes worthwhile. Does that make sense? Like that's why I really like to just make it not ignore defense.
what if they made it have diminishing values by X percentage per hit?
That's what I was gonna say. It works in some cases, but not in others.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to run it through my head, like, because if like an Oracle is like triple hit, right? It would just be diminishing like 50% less on the next one, and then 50% next on the last one from that, and like it still does additional damage, but it's gonna be less, right? That's a nerf, but it might be a strong one.
It comes down to how do you want to adjust it, right? If you set it so that it doesn't ignore defense, it becomes it doesn't remain as strong as the match progresses, like 20%, 40%, 50%. If you set it to have diminishing returns, it's still strong right from the get-go, right? Like it's still going to have a lot of strength because people, like, unless your diminishing returns fall off really, really fast, like 3 hits is still going to be a lot. Even if you make it like full damage 66, 33, like that's still a lot. You're still hitting twice versus like versus the damage, the defense mitigating it, which is probably going to be somewhere around like 40 to 65% range.
If they add the diminishing returns, aren't people more obliged to just do cleave teams, knowing that they've got great artifacts and applying more damage? So everybody would just ruin a cleave up and get the big numbers right at the start of the match instead of being like, oh, I play bruiser, and you start going all tanky. You know what I mean? Like if there was diminishing,
people would just go back to CCing again. To be honest,
because
so you can build artifacts to counter the cleave and just be like tankier than it, because it's easier, in my opinion, to out tank the cleave than it is to actually, because the cleave needs the speed and the damage, whereas the controller out tank team doesn't need as much speed and also has the damage reduction artifacts that are better because of the reduction to elements. Right? If you know what you're fighting, you can set up to be like against water or against wind or against fire, right? So you actually have more strength on the defensive side.
I think that works easier for higher ranking players, a lower ranking player, knowing that, all right, so I'll have the tanky artifacts, and they have to get their hands on the tanky artifacts, and they have to get their hands on the units that help them defend the cleaves. I think it would benefit, if there was diminishing returns, benefit people who are cleaving in lower ranks, because the lower rank people are not going to defend themselves just as well as a higher rank person would in defending a cleave.
Yeah, it's just tough, because I think I'm firmly saying this, that I like it's a hate-love relationship on, like, you know, how strong this is with how it's actually made units more viable. I like that. I like that we have more units in the pool, that you know, multi-hit, that brings so much more value. So it's gonna be a tough one. So let's move on a little bit from this for a second here, and let's talk about some of these substats that are garbage, because by changing some of these, we can inadvertently, you know, it actually has effect. Everything that we change here, buff or nerf, can make an effect, right? Let's talk about some of the garbage ones, why they're garbage, and maybe how they can be improved.
Additional whatever based off of lost proportional HP or crap. All of them are garbage.
Speed is like okay, but not really that good. It's like if you have it, it's better than the other ones, but it's still like you don't want that line there.
No, the speed one though, you need at least a triple roll to even have a little impact. I feel that's what I've tested as, well, like minimum triple roll. And who's having a triple roll artifacts realistically right now? Like I can, like, in my head at the time it's like, oh, speed loss proportional to lost HP on a unit like Fran is nuts, right? You're gonna get a lot faster, but the gain is not proportional to where
1 per 1%, right? 1 speed.
I don't remember, but it's so garbage that I sat there. Oh, It did nothing. Why not just put more damage on Fran so he can kill something and then just be on with it, right?
So is that one an easy fix then?
Hitting like a truck.
Is that one just like change the multiplier, like so it gives more? I think that one might be an easy fix-ish.
That might be an easy fix. Yep.
They just have to tweak
I
the
think a
number
lot
of
of them are like that. A lot of them are easy, like just tweak the numbers, right?
I
Like
agree.
attack bar when revived. Why is it like such a low number? Why is it 1 to 3%? Why can't it be like 3 to 6?
Same with the HP when revived as well. It's like 1 to 3% and up to 15 at max.
Why can't
It's
that
like,
also
why?
be 3 to 6%?
Exactly. It doesn't make sense.
Well, true. Like,
So
let's say,
little.
what's the worst if, let's say, you get a quad roll and you get 24% more attack bar or 24% more health when you revive? It's not that big, right? Is that broken? Is there any
Well, you're
situation?
trading, so you have to look at you're trading something else entirely to get
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
So that's why it has to be good enough to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So you're saying, like, what if you quad rolled attack bar when revived? If you quad rolled it, you have the ability to get an instant turn if it rolled perfectly. Like, would that make it a more valuable stat? If you quad rolled attack bar when revived and it rolled perfectly, you're able to get 100% attack bar when revived.
Right, but let me ask you this though:
I
Does
think
this
setting conditions to perfect things are not a good idea.
is this even
I know.
possible to tweak anymore though? The way we're saying it. So we're talking about attack proportion to missing, right? We could tweak that. We could just tweak how much more you get, right? We're not tweaking the rolls. But when we're talking about tweaking the rolls, what about the stuff that's already been rolled, right? That's
You add
that's
the
gonna be kind of
difference.
tough. But how
Yeah.
do you add the difference? Because the probability
Okay. So
was different.
if you change it from 1 to 3, no, you keep the same ranges. That's what you do. So you keep the same ranges, but you slide the min and the max up, right?
Yeah, but
So
but
if
you're just
the range is
doubling.
1,
I
2, 3,
understand. I
Brian.
understand. You're doubling it. You're just doubling it, right? So let's say 1 to 3. If somebody rolled a 3, it's going to be a 6 on the artifact for them. But that's not statistically the probability of you rolling it. If it's a 1 to 3, you had a 1 in 6 to get that, and prior to that, you had a 1 in 3 to get it. So it's not the same.
How did you have a 1 and 6 to get it?
Because okay, so if you can roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, and you got that artifact and you rolled it, right, you have a 1 in 6 to roll 6. Whereas before, when the artifact was out and you rolled it, you only had a 1 in 3 to hit that. So because you hit that 1 in 3, you get a 1 in 6 then? You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying you move it from 1 and 3 to 3 and 6.
Or 4 to 6 or whatever,
Yeah, 4 to 6. Like,
Move
How
the scale
about
up.
this? We don't move the numbers that are rolled. We roll the multiplier that is we don't see.
Oh,
the
you raised the floor as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys fucking
yeah.
5 it. I'm like fucking way behind. Oh shit. Okay. Wait. that
yeah,
works.
so like I'm literally taking this off the shelf, grabbing it, and putting it over there instead on a different spot on the number line. I'm not changing it at all.
Who
I'm
would
actually just
have
moving where
thought
it is.
cutting in on you talking would have been stupid? Who would have thought cutting in and while you're mid sentence would have not given me the right information? Yeah, I'm that guy. If I was on a trivia show, I'd be that guy that answered the question because I thought I knew the answer before they finished the question and get it fucking wrong. I'd be that fucking guy. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, true. 3 to 6. If that's what you're saying, then
Oh, 4 to 6, 4 to 6.
Yeah, 4 to 6, 4 to
You need
6.
three. You need 3 ranges.
that
Or
would
even
work.
3 to 5. 3 to 5 is fine too.
That would work. That would work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of the lines are just like
Like, what else is unusable?
right.
I posted a picture of everything that can roll for
What else is
artifact on score.
unusable? I think damage dealt by reflect damage is pretty bad. If damage dealt by reflect damage had more relevance. Okay, so you know how like, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that damage dealt by reflect damage doesn't actually reduce the damage you take. However,
Oh shit!
reflect damage normally,
what?
like as a
Oh damn!
Oh my
not
God.
bad. That's good for Gianna, Kappa. It's actually good for Han.
That's actually sick.
oh my god, that's sick for Hans.
That's
Wait a minute.
actually sick.
Roll that
Defense.
right now. Roll it right now. Roll it right now. While we're talking about artifacts.
Like I'm okay with substats being niche, right? I'm okay with substats being niche if they're strong enough that you'll actually use them on the units that can use them, right? Like most times I want to run bomb damage. I'm running bomb damage on the right side artifact and not the left side, because on the left side I'd rather just have like damage reduced from certain elements.
Yeah.
Right, like on the left side, the things you want: damage dealt, damage reduced, and speed increasing effects sometimes, and then like very niche ones for other things. Like, do you use anything else on your left side, Jeff? Additional damage. Sorry.
I don't want to talk about my own choices of artifacts on stream because I think I'm a little above the meta right now, so I'm not going to talk about it. But
Yeah, he's got like fucking all fucking HP when revive shit on his fucking units. You guys are gonna be surprised.
Okay, so like, so one of that I've been using lately is I've been running almost all my like bruiser supports on speed under inability. So like my Molly has like 30 something percent speed under inability with damage reduction and skill 3 healing. My Fran has speed under inability. My Vert has speed under inability. But I feel like it's not enough, or maybe I'm just too slow. I can't tell. I can't tell what it is, to be perfectly honest.
I think the multiplier on speed under is really bad. That's the thing.
Is it on base speed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
actually-
just it's so
that's what you
garbage.
need to
Like,
do. That's what you need to do. Bro, it could have been nice. No, it's okay actually.
wait, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
The
that's
top
pretty
line's
good.
really good. The bottom is a little low, but it's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. It depends on what your gem out is and how high you can get the additional damage for like attack or something.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought the speed under inability was all. I thought all of these were on total. I didn't
No,
realize that was under.
If I recall correctly, speed under inability is percentage of the base speed, which is really fucking bad.
That's
That's
so
why
weird.
That's why I was saying my suggestion is move the multiplier, so we don't have to deal with the roles that people have rolled already. Multipliers are something that we don't know, right? Like maybe right now the multiplier is actually 1-to-1, right? But if they really find that it could be a lot better at 1.5 or 1.7, they can do that on their end and just post a patch up saying that we've updated some of the base stats due to this, and it'll still be up to us to test it, right? And then, but now after tons of players have tested it, it's a lot more valuable. At least then we can start using it, right? But all they have to do is do that, and I think everything makes a huge difference.
I was really hoping that so I runed up a 200 and I think it was 280 speed Fran on Violent Will with my 32% speed under ability, and I fought a Ganyethor that was slower than me. They were both like 260 range. And without the procs, they were still controlling me so hard. Like I just wasn't getting the turn that I thought I'd be getting with speed under ability. And then I'm like, okay, so if we look at this mathematically, if this is based on total speed, I should have lapped this guy like 3 times by the time we reached this turn, right?
Then that's too OP, right?
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I was like, there's no possible way it could be total speed. So I was like, okay, what if we take the multiplier at 1.5? And I was like, this would be so good.
Yeah,
This
that
would be
would
so
change it already.
freaking good.
So that's why I've tested a lot of artifacts since it came out, and I've watched a lot of top players figure it out. And the thing is, it's still so random. Like some skill 3 on a passive works where it doesn't, right? All those are super not consistent, which is really weird, which is annoying as well. It's up for us to test. And let's be honest, who has the time to actually test every fucking unit in the game? Because some of these, if it works on certain units, it's gonna make the unit shine. It's gonna completely change the meta. But no one's testing it on like a lot of random units yet. So
This also comes back to what you said earlier, right? Where you were like, the timing of the artifact release is shit because none of you guys want to give up your strats, which totally makes sense. And like, none of us will hold that against you. Like, none of us will be like, I can't believe you're withholding information on artifacts. So you guys are playing for like a couple $100,000, like $100,000 or something. Like that is pretty significant, right? Like, what about crushing hit damage? Crushing hit damage, like you said, also should probably have a multiplier change. It should. Crushing hit damage is when you deal a crushing hit, you deal 1.3% damage, right? Or 1.3 times the multiplier. Maybe crushing hit damage is straight up multiplies that to a higher value. You know, if you get like, and it's only 2 to 4%, right? Let's say you have like 15% crushing hit damage. Maybe your crushing hit damage now does like 1.3 times the 1.5, right? You get like 1.6, whatever it is, or something like that. But then at the same time, it's like how many units actually utilize crushing hits to the point where you would want a crushing hit artifact instead of something else.
Yeah, the only way is if I see they bring other valuable units into the meta that can use that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But the multipliers are still so low. You don't gain enough from it. You might as well just run additional damage. You might as well just, you know.
Someone mentioned right now on the skill for crit damage. There's nothing wrong with it. I think there's nothing wrong. There are units with it, and it also shows that Comtest will be releasing more units with skill for crit damage.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that.
So I'm actually okay with having that there. It's annoying right now to roll like a really good one, right? Like hold the artifact because it's gonna be useful in the future. I'm pretty damn sure that's what Comtest is planning to do.
Yeah, look at
when
Christina. Christina got so good after they released it, right?
I hope that when they do release more skill 4 units, they start releasing different typed for skill 4 units, because right now skill 4 units are only attack typing. So it would be nice if they implemented HP, support, etc. ones. Mm-hmm. Or something that could utilize skill 4 on like a skill 4 passive or something would maybe be kind of cool. But the problem is right now we only have skill 4 crit damage as a line, and I don't think they're changing that. I don't think they're going to be like making any adjustments to that style.
Do you think they're
based
gonna
lines of the
release like
artifact.
a morphing stone that you can get that can morph your artifact into whatever, you know, change
Artifact
the type?
react.
Can you
Not-
can
not
you
a
not
re-up.
can you not make this extremely pay
Wait,
to win,
is it-
please?
is
What's
it-
the difference
I'm-
between react and morphing stone? It's just
No,
named
that's big
differently.
difference because re-up is like re-upping substats, right? This is just changing the
This is
to
way
be able
better
to
than
fit
a
your
re-up.
type. To changing the artifact of your type. You still have to get the artifact, and then to changing it to the type that would make more sense for it, right?
Yeah, it's
Let's
suddenly any
hope
legend
not.
artifact could be insane if you roll
I
it really
threw
well.
away a lot of good
Yeah.
artifacts that I feel that I don't have a use for right now because there's 300 fucking space, which is a fucking problem, and you can't store them on a unit unless it's 6-star and awakened.
Hey, sucks to suck. Morphing
True.
stones. You heard it here first. Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's a good idea to be
So-
honest with you. When
I
you
mean,
get
obviously
a-
limited though. I mean, they've shown in their value in limiting like ancient re-ups. You know, like something limited. Okay, sure. Everybody gets the same amount. Sure. Don't sell it in a pack, which I don't think they would because they haven't even sold a lot of the other stuff yet, like artifacts. But they don't sell it in a pack. But like a monthly, weekly thing. I mean, I don't think it'd be that bad, and it would help you out to kind of move that artifact that you want, right?
Quickly
I'd be
throw
okay
that
if
out
they
there.
did that and they made it as achievable as getting the ancient re-apps, being able to change not the substats, but to where you can apply those substats onto what,
Give me
whether
500
it's
slots.
fire, water, or changing the element or changing the type.
Yeah, fire, water, wind, light, dark, like a change, like yeah.
That'd be nice.
Limited,
Two a
limited
week.
though.
I have to
Yeah.
say this really clearly now. I think it's time. As one more 2A comes out, which we know is very soon, within the next month or so, they should think about doubling the speed of regen of D-Ho energy. I don't think it should be pay to win, but I think it should be doubling because people are fucking like building Tricarus and stuff like that. I think it's almost time to do maybe not double, but 1.5 speed because 12 energy a day is completely boring.
So, I'm not sure if you were there when we brought it up. It's a couple months ago, but I said instead of increasing the amount of energy we get, which obviously would be great because then more grinds, more gems, right? I was saying they should just reduce the amount of experience required for 2As so people actually will consider farming 2A skill ups instead of double wanting them. But I guess theoretically we do both. I think both would be
I
great.
think we do both because pretend let's say I have everybody knows this. I have a 32 speed slot 1 Endure rune. I got it more than almost a year ago now. I've dumped 3 legend grinds into it. I haven't hit the 33 yet. And
Oh, is it +5 already?
yeah, it's +5, but I want to get the +6, right? And at this time, it's a little too limited that I can't fucking get the grind, right? Or something like craft. They could be drop on labyrinth. They could be just make it a little more accessible. And I'm not saying any pay to win value aspect of it. Just make grinds and gems, or like maybe you can craft 3
Gem boxes, like
gem boxes a week, right? Something like that. A little more involved, right? So we can have that, and I think it's also a good idea. I'm sure a lot of people are in the same spot because at the same time, it is unfair for people who don't want to spend the 368 crystals a week farming more D-Ho just for the sake of hitting a grind. So maybe it is time to add that as well, like the boxes we get to open every single week. I think it's not a bad idea as well.
I couldn't agree more when you say doubling the energy regen for Dimensional Hole. But I think at the same time, by purchasing the Daily Pack 1, we can definitely get ×2 chance to get more. Daily Pack 1. That guarantees that $5 purchase every single month or every
If
15
Daily
days.
Pack 1, can you imagine if Daily Pack 1 gave you like 2 Dimensional Hole energy a day?
Double it. That's what we got. We want it.
I mean,
Everybody would purchase that.
Honestly, the Daily Pack 1 got nerfed since the energy refill because each refill still gives you 200 energy. So maybe it's time to rework that again. It's been a couple years as well, right?
Buff it.
yeah.
I'm never against buffing Daily Pack 1.
No, I'm not against it either because
It's
it
$5,
brings
right? It's
it brings player
affordable for
activity as
everybody.
well.
Yeah, it's a $10 a month pack basically.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? There's a lot of things they can do, and I think it'll also raise the sales, which is not bad. Like I'm trying my best not to talk about spending money. Like I'll be honest, like I'm sure out of all 5 of us, I do spend a significant amount more than most people, especially when I'm in like competitive and whatnot as well.
Points
so
to the wall of shoes behind him.
Pardon?
Points to the wall of shoes behind him.
Oh no, but, you know, right?
Those
but
are
like
nice,
in
by the
general,
way.
my goal is try to not get other people to spend as much money. I have tons of friends or even tons of like people in my community who spend maybe $100 or not even spending money on the game. So my goal is to try and make everybody have more even ground, and I'm okay with that. I want other players that are in Conk right now to improve and slowly climb to Guardian. I want more players to be competitive because it extends the game a lot longer, and not just that, it's more enjoyable for most people as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, like, I've always been an advocate. I mean, it doesn't make a difference if you're spending in Summoners or not to me. It doesn't change anything for me. But I always tell people to spend responsibly because I think it's a really smart thing to do, right? It avoids a lot of, I mean, I talked about this earlier before the podcast, but it avoids a lot of issues. You know what I mean? You that frustration where you buy and you get nothing, right? Just know in your head, hey, I'm gonna spend $100. I could get nothing. I don't like that feeling. Don't do it. Don't even spend $100. You don't use it on something else then. Right? Don't even push yourself to do it then if that's going to be something that's going to disappoint you. But if you're okay with that, then go for it, right? And if you're going to spend in it, spend it responsibly. That's it. That's all it is. But I think the idea of Daily Pack 1 is actually really good, Stoic. I think it's a really good option. Did you talk to Aaron about that?
No. But building off of that, even like, so let's say we have the Daily Pack 1 we have now. What if there was another Daily Pack 1? Call it Daily Pack A, Daily Pack B. We already know what Daily Pack A is. It's the one we have right now. If Daily Pack B, still $5 cost, and it's dimensional hole. So one's regular energy, one's dimensional hole, and you can only have one going.
How about, actually, what a better idea. Okay, I'm not saying that your idea is
instead
bad.
of bundling them into one, though, you know what I mean? Because then it looks like Daily Pack 1 super OP. But you have to choose either energy or dimensional hole. You can only have one daily pack going at a time.
Right, so they would have an A, B, and then it could be like C, D, E, F, G, and each one correlates, right? One is JMac, one is Lucky, one is Stoic, and then whichever one they choose, we get a $1 royalty from every one of the packs they purchase. Oh, shit, okay. Never mind. You guys should buy some packs.
How about a battle pass that you can trade 700 crystals for every 2 weeks? Trade crystals for it. Where it's at not just money, but you can trade crystals for it.
Yeah, I like that idea of a battle pass, but a lot of people said that for Summoners War, they're a little bit different. They just, instead of battle passes, they just do events. They just do a crap ton of events and just give you free stuff, which I was kind of like, yeah, I guess that's true as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because end of the day, you just want free stuff at the cheapest cost. That's what battle passes are, right?
Yeah. Right now, we probably have the shittiest event in the last 6 months. Is that not true?
Bro, the events the last 6 months are so stupid.
But we've been spoiled. We've been so spoiled.
We've been spoiled.
Now people are fucking bitching on Reddit, on Facebook, everything. Oh, come to us sucks. This is the event. I'm like, have you not looked for the last 6 months how insane the event's gonna be? In a month it's Christmas. You know the events are gonna be fucking nuts as well. So maybe having a shitty little month is not that bad, and people are just bitching. So maybe they're actually too happy with what. They're just too used to, right? What we have, and it kind of sucks because I'm on the Facebook or Reddit a lot, on the Facebook groups a lot, and even the official Facebook Summoners War page are getting shit on nonstop. I feel bad for the people that are dealing with that.
I don't even care about those people anymore. It's the same shitters that like walk into Costco, go to the free sample line, take a free sample, and complain that the free sample is cold. It's the same guys that do that, man. It's the same people, bro. Like, I don't give a crap about those people, man. Like, it's like, hey, if you want to be like that, that's fine, man. Right? That's cool. Right?
The argument is for Costco, you pay $50 or $100 a year for the membership. They gotta, you know something?
They just walked in with other people and just pretended they don't got even fucking membership.
They just walk in with a friend for the free food.
Yeah, like I'm just trying my best to be like more civil and whatnot, and it's sometimes like it gets annoying, right? Like I feel like.
It's irking. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care, but it's like so irking that there's so many people like that. Yeah.
Like, you guys know Comto's dude, right? He's worked customer service all the way up to the position he is in now. And I was speaking to him like the shit that he was dealing with back then. And now it's so bad that people are just take everything for granted. Sometimes maybe some people should actually take a break from the game, take a chill pill, go play some other game. You'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, I said it before. I'm going to say it again. This is a spoon-fed community, okay? Yeah. Everybody just wants to be handed absolutely everything. The second we get something great, and then the next one's not as good, everyone's up in arms about it. We wanted the replay battles or auto farm, however we want to call it. We wanted it. We finally get it, and we're still begging for more crystals and more energy because we're burning. We're all out of everything. The spoon-fed community, and we still want more and more and more, and they give us more, and now we want as much as we just got. Dare they ever go down or below that? You know. Set them on fire. That's it.
Can you imagine next year's 7th anniversary? Go ahead, Tyler.
I agree with that, but I'd like to make one correction because I think that's too specific to say that it's this community. I think that is the culture of the people that we live with.
Oh,
nowadays.
you're fucking one of those
I
Costco guys,
actually-
huh? I just called you out, didn't I? You're the one that went to Costco that complained about the fucking cold samples, didn't it? He's
I'm
one of those guys.
I'm saying that the,
I'm
saying that
he's
the
offended by me.
entitlement, it's an entitlement culture. It's not like like Summoners War community is just a bunch of shitters who complain about everything.
Okay,
It is
okay. I think that's
everybody in every fucking game community that does
Alan,
this now.
It's not just game, it's life. Like, I've worked retail. Anyone who have worked retail will
We are the
completely
Karens of our
understand.
society.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell this quick story. San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. Me and Alan both worked at it. I was lining up, and people were lining
my
up.
knees
right?
were
And
so
there's
sore, dude. Oh my
There's
god.
what's that thing called? Claw machine.
Yeah, claw
and we're
machine.
giving out free stuff. We made the game easy as possible to give out as many gifts as possible. A lady lined up for 10 minutes, brought the kid over. The kid didn't win anything because it is a claw machine. Sometimes you miss, right? As I was trying to pull a prize for the kid, it's like she's bitching at me. It's like, you my this. By the way, they don't play the fucking game. They don't
I like
know
the
what
free
fucking
Did you hear the
idea is.
freezes on his head? I
You cut out like 4 times. I thought you were bleeping out your swears.
Wait,
It's
you're-
perfect.
It might have been on my
No, it was your internet, but it sounded like it was
No.
censoring what you were saying. That was actually
It's
so
my-
fucking cool.
It was so good.
That's the
my mic
podcast start clip right there.
It's my mic clipping. But anyways,
No, that was perfect.
I mean, you remember, right? Like,
Yeah, I remember.
Holy fuck! Someone and then after ended up coming to me and go like, "Hey, I think this is unfair. I need to see your manager." I'm like, I don't work for this company. I'm just helping them out to promote the video game. By the way, the manager's right there. You talk to them. Anyway, he's like, holy shit! Like, it was so bad. It's just the culture in general of like our society today, which is true. There's a lot of amazing people out there, but all it takes is one person to ruin it for you, and you're pissed for the rest of the day.
It's just weird. I just don't know how people have that mentality, right? But end of the day, man, like, did you really think about it? Like, take a second and just think about it. It's just a game. Like, this is. I mean, I know some people are just so like emotionally and like invested in the game, but it's just a game, right? Like sometimes I think we got more problems to complain about like that are in the world right now than this game. You know what I mean? Like, that's why some people should just chill a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we should point out the shit that's wrong, which is why we have the podcast, right? We point out what can make the game better, but there's no reason to like unreasonably complain about things with nothing to happen. It doesn't do any good, right? It doesn't do anything.
That sounds like some calm to us supporter bullshit I'm hearing.
Hey,
So guys, remember,
Hey,
I couldn't
I
resist.
get paid
couldn't
I get paid monthly from them, baby. Tuna sandwich and a back rub. Fucking yeah.
resist. Whoa.
You get a
They
back
put the
rub?
tuna sandwich on your back. And then
Yeah,
wrap it
little
around.
did they know I would have already settled for the tuna sandwich. See, I'm cheap.
Hey,
Yeah, but they
is
offer
it
the
tuna
back rub
sandwich
too. You know what I'm
with
saying?
No crust?
What's
Tuna
that?
sandwich, no crust.
Yeah, they gave me options. Whatever month, if I feel like
They
crust
it's a
on,
tuna sandwich with only crust.
Fuck that.
Anyone that watched Fast and Furious will understand that reference. But anyways, overall, guys, remember at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game.
It's a game.
Play a game when you're bored, when you're to make yourself happy. So if you don't enjoy it, sometimes maybe step away from it and come back to it when maybe you'll get happier at the end of the day.
Play another
Maybe
game,
you-
man. Like play another
play
game then
another
if that's
game.
like it.
But if you don't get mad, how are you going to improve?
Shut up! Don't start that. You're so fucking stupid, dude.
Just bring out every positive
What a
meme of
meme.
2020 and
What a
2019.
fucking meme.
Look, Ninja told me one time that if I don't get mad about everything and I'm passionate, I will never be good at anything.
It's a black and white discussion, to be honest. There's points on each side that are right, but not gonna get into that there.
Like,
Yeah, for real though, like you should honestly take a break because a lot of people look at the game as an escape and then it just kind of takes over your reality. It becomes your everything.
Mhm.
You focus too much on it. You need to be able to separate and realize like if I'm not enjoying this, I shouldn't be forcing myself to play it, right? Take a break, come back, or quit, right? None of us are going to be like, wow, I can't believe you quit the game. You know, fuck you, never come back. It's like,
yeah, you can always come
if
back.
that's
at the
healthy
end
for
of the
you,
day.
that's healthy for you, man. I support what's best for you.
Yeah, you can always come back to the game. Like, and I've played this game for 5 years, and you guys know how hardcore I invest myself into this game. I stream this game, I play this game. But there are some times in my life where I'm like, fuck this game. I'm gonna walk away. I need a break. I come back the next day, but at least I'm able to turn it off and go like, I need a break, and this is time. It's good for your mental health. Trust me, every video game is at some point it's not going to be good for your mental health. And sometimes you need that, right? But
That's very
remember,
important.
you can always turn off the screen, walk away. You can come back tomorrow or a day after, even a month from now.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about any video games or anything in life in general. Unless if it's your wife, then you can't walk away, then you're fucked.
True. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Let's get into our last. Let's get into our last topic here. Kind of just a fun one since you guys were talking about. You guys want to talk about some Pokemon. There's been the big crazy Pokemon boom, right? And I think that kind of
Mr. Top of live stream fails out here. I see
yeah?
you on there. Congratulations.
Wait, it was on live stream fails?
You were on the okay. So they put all the like really impressive clips on live stream fails. But you were literally on the top of live stream fails.
Oh, I didn't even actually look at the live stream fails. I
Yeah,
just knew that
half
they
the
did
people
a video.
made a
It's the
comment
clip of you
about
guys getting the
Alan
chaange.
lagging. Alan lagged so badly in that clip because of the desync or whatever. It was the funniest thing. People were like, that guy in the top corner wasn't even impressed, and then all of a sudden he just jumped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was after we were doing that. I told him like, hey, can you do the screen? Oh, you have the fucking hat story. Can you do a screen share? I was watching their stream, that's why, which had a 3-second, 4-second delay. I was like, oh, can we do screen share? So we screen shared after, and it was easier to react because I was just like, yo, man, I don't know what's going on, bro. I can't see anything. Yeah.
So before we get into the Pokemon discussion, Jeff brought up the fact that he has a 32 speed Endurance. I want to show you this, Jeff.
Oh, it's a 34, isn't it? Wait, it's actually a 34. Oh no, it's a 32. It's a 32 speed.
No, it's
It can be
32 speed Ancient Will Rune.
plus 4.
Yeah,
It's
so
plus
it can,
4 with
it's a 34.
13% gem and a 6% accuracy.
Ooh, so that's a 34 potential then. Damn, that's a flex.
Will too. Mine's a fucking Endure.
Yeah, that's a will, and it
But
has
to
a
be
name.
fair, in 2 days, I got back to back 227 base Endure rune. One is ancient and one is not. So
That's
I
nice.
got 232 speed rune in 2 days,
That's
and it's a
crazy.
full Endure set. So I was really happy about that.
That's actually pretty crazy.
But yeah, that's sick. If we're talking about Pokemon, fuck
Dude,
IslandGrown.
this guy like got so addicted, man. I told him, hey Jeff,
Fuck
you know, like
IslandGrown.
everybody's been buying Pokemon. Maybe you should buy some packs because it's more enjoyable than opening Summoners War packs. I've been getting that more enjoyment. This guy go out and he's like, oh, which one? He's like already at the store, dude, asking me like which one to buy. He's like texting me. Your mic's cutting out. Mic's cutting out. Okay, you're good now.
I started getting into it. I'm not looking into vintage stuff yet, but I see like Mika the Bud is also spending some of his money on cards and stuff and investment, and also it's kind of fun. And I grew up, right, nostalgic reasons. I grew up playing Pokemon cards and whatnot as well, Yu-Gi-Oh and everything else. I was like, you know what, maybe I should get into it.
Yeah, it's pretty
Searched
big
for
right
a
now.
while, realized how hard it is to buy. Finally found a listing, bought 8 boxes right away. The next day found another listing, bought another 7. Got another listing, bought another 3. And then IslandGrown, I just found a deal that's gonna come out in Vancouver in 2 days. And IslandGrown literally said buy the whole palette.
Yeah, it's,
So
it's,
I
it's
haven't
a
done that
Costco
yet.
deal.
So I'm probably gonna go buy if I can get my hands on like 10, 15.
No, I'm telling you right now, if you don't get there in time, the stores or the people that actually like resell them, they're just gonna buy the whole palette and leave.
Like, do you,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go first thing in the morning. I'm gonna line
Yeah,
up.
I tried to go
grab
the
it.
other day because Costco had a deal on these like Pokeball ones, right, with like the cards inside, and they were so
Yeah.
fucking cheap. They're like $25. I got there, and the guy's like, "Oh
we
yeah,"
have
I
them.
like asked the guy, and I just luckily got the guy who put the palette out, right, of stuff. I was like, "Oh, do you guys have any Pokemon stuff?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I just put that out an hour ago. Let me show you where." Walks over there. There's an empty spot. There's like nothing there. I was like, "Where'd it go?" And he's like, "Oh, someone must have bought the whole palette." I was like,
Wait,
"What?"
should I buy them? We have them right now.
Yeah, if they're at Costco, and because they usually put them together like in a deal, in a bundle deal, Costco sells it cheaper. So, yeah, that's the case. And they don't know what's in it, right? And the price of Pokemon has gone up because all those, content creators, like just this weekend, we did the stream on, Misgift and Train stream, right? That's going to blow it up. But Logan as well, right? It's just bringing more people back to like buying,
Is it
Pokemon stuff.
a scam to buy them directly from the Pokemon website?
If you can get
they
them
don't
from
have
there,
good stuff
it's
though.
good.
They don't have good stuff.
But they don't have
I
the
was
good
gonna say
stuff.
because they just opened the Canadian store
Yep,
for Pokemon.
2 days ago.
Yeah. So
And-
if you find certain ones on there, it's cheap. But they usually will sell out pretty quick there.
Yeah, and Polio, I know I got a 29 speed rune today, slot 3.
What the?
Yeah,
That's
not
crazy.
not base. 20.
Oh,
I got
okay.
a max purple. 6666. So 24,
pretty good.
29. It's just a focus run. I don't actually need it right now, but it's nice to have in your inventory, right? So yeah, I did get that today. But back to like cards and everything. it's addicting. It's nuts how crazy it is. Everybody's like fighting for it. So IslandGrown kind of got me into it. I haven't even gotten a deck yet, or not a deck, but a box yet. But I'm excited when they all come in, and I think I'm gonna open a lot of them and also
do some streams. I think people in Summoners War community, because everybody loves that RNG, right? They'll want to watch it, right? We open packs from time to time. People
we like to gamble.
Yeah, but it's.
So I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Are you actually playing the TCG,
Absolutely
or are
not.
you just collecting?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I have no idea.
I wasn't sure because like I really like playing TCG stuff. So like for example, I've thought about buying Weiss Schwartz cards and playing Weiss, but nobody I know at all except for like one person plays it, unless I like move to Japan or something. So I've always been curious of like when trading cards become popular again and people like buying for collection purposes, if any of them are actually interested in playing the TCG or not.
Yeah, I mean,
because I know you play Magic, right?
Yeah, I played some Magic, so I'll do sealed and stuff from time to time. Like I'm a big like card nerd. How about you, Lucky? How about you, Stoic? Are you guys into cards, and what have you guys been up to with?
I'll let Lucky start.
My younger brother's been on that trend with Pokemon. He's gone.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all nostalgic seeing it come back, and I've been actually trying to find my old folders. I had these old Pokemon folders that used to tell you what cards to put into which slot, and I remember filling that up with all the holographics from like the first edition.
Ooh.
So I had pretty much all of them except for the Charizard from back in the day, and I'm trying to find my old folders because I remember getting the cards, and then the next thing I did with them is put them in those folders and put it away.
Oh, so they're good condition then?
They're pretty much perfect. They're just sitting in the folder somewhere packed away. So I got to find them and see if I can see if they're worth anything now.
Yeah,
so I got to put them away. And then my younger brother at the moment is in this craze with his friends wanting to go out and go to every single shop they could to buy cards.
Walmart, Target, like those kind of stores, right?
Yeah, he'll let me know exactly. Over here, our Kmart sells it over here, so he likes to quickly tap me on the shoulder and go, "Can we go over here and have a quick look and find out?" And I said, "Yeah, it's pretty good to see that it's come back up and the next generation's kind of looking at it. It makes me feel kind of old."
The reason is because like when those stores sell it, it's like Walmart and stuff like that. That's the original price of what it is, right? So for example, there's these boxes called the Kanto boxes, right? Kanto power boxes, and they're getting sold at the stores for like $40. Online, if you can find them, they're $120 right now. So you buy it and you just flip it, and they sell instantly. It's because the prices of those packs have gone up so much that's in there because of the hype. So it's crazy.
So what you're telling me is I need to make some money.
Dude, there are legit people that drive around. They drive around to some of the rural areas where you're at, like to the Walmarts and Targets, because they're all boomers that live there, right? And they just go and they buy it all. They go like a road trip through like the boonies, man, and they buy everything, and they go home and they just sell it all on eBay, and they make tons of money.
Picking me up.
Yeah, Tyler, sorry, go ahead first.
Oh no, I was gonna say, are there any packs that aren't worth buying right now?
There are some that aren't worth things. So
there's tons.
You have to know, but like the majority of them, it like falls under like Champions Path, Hidden Fates, and Evolutions. If you want to stick to those three, you're gonna do really well, right? Anything with those in them, you're gonna usually do pretty well. Yeah.
Tyler, are you in Edmonton or Calgary?
I live in Calgary.
I don't have any.
But I am currently in the U.S. still. You know they're locking down everything again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alberta's probably going lockdown soon. Manitoba went lockdown today.
All right, Stork, go ahead. Let's hear about your Pokemon stuff.
Well, no. So I don't have anything with me. Me and my brother used to collect cards a very long time ago, and we gave all of our cards to our sister. So she has every one of them, and I'm not even gonna try to ask her for our cards back because that's not gonna happen.
That's she yoinked them.
Yeah,
she yoinked
it's
them.
not gonna happen. So I've been trying to get my fill on watching people do a lot of pack opening, because if I were to start buying cards, that's a great way to get divorced right now, and we're in the middle of buying a new property. So I'm not buying cards. So I've been getting my fill and watching, Twitch streams, watching people doing some YouTube videos, watching a lot of them. A lot of the YouTubers do it great. I have been watching so many Twitch streamers doing card opening, and it's been driving me absolutely insane. So I see people with their super long fingernails, and it's like they have these like nice cards. You don't want to do that. And this is like a great PSA for anybody who's opening up cards on stream. Stop doing, like, they get the cards, they bring them close to the camera, and it's like, I'm watching this and I'm losing.
Wait, aren't you doing that right now?
Losing your mind, right?
PSA.
Wear
Slow down
gloves,
and stop
please.
ruining the cards. It drives me insane.
It drives me crazy when people don't wear gloves. Like you can see they have these super like 4K HD cameras. You're watching it in 4K on YouTube, and then you can see the grime on their fingertips, and it just drives me absolutely bonkers.
Oh
Ugh.
man. Yep.
Yeah,
I've
so
seen
it's-
plenty of Twitch streamers just throwing cards, driving me insane.
Yeah,
Like
that's-
even right over
Actually,
Olive,
the
because they
funniest
know it
one, though-
wasn't like something nice.
The funniest one though was when Brian was memeing his wife about opening the packs. You're
I didn't do
like,
that.
she just opens them like this, and you were just like ripping the pack apart. I could not stop laughing.
Oh,
when
but
you did that.
those are the cheap packs, dude. Those are the modern
I know,
packs.
but that's so funny when you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know how many
I know.
times
People
you
actually do that. People
Yeah,
actually just like
take it, and it's like
tear
small
the
little
pack open.
small little
Yeah, there's ways to do it right. I personally
and
don't
then,
like
they don't
to.
even get into it.
I personally don't think that gloves are actually really good. When you open like
No, you don't
vintage
wear
stuff. Yeah, usually. Some situations, if you know what you're doing, you can have gloves. But majority of collectors and high-end collectors and dealers, they'll all tell you the same thing, that gloves are like not good. It's better to have the dexterity of your fingers. But that kind of makes sense, right? Because yeah. But there are some people that use gloves. It's just up to you how you want to do it. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Like the pack openings lately, man, and like the high caliber people with like endless pockets of money, right? All these rich people, all these celebrities that all are in like the same age as us, 20, 30, 40 years old, right? In that range. And they have so much money now. They're like, oh yeah, I remember in Pokemon. Let me just go buy these boxes that are like so old and so expensive and just start popping them open. It's
I want to
ridiculous.
see Mr. Beast do like $1 million worth of Pokemon cards.
Oh, he should. I think he's probably planning something out. That'd be
Steve
lit.
Aoki just
I'd be
started.
scared if he did it wrong
YouTube
though.
channel.
Like spent a ton of money on like really nice cards and didn't take care of them.
And they were all fake.
So yeah, Steve Aoki started doing. He made a new channel, but I think he's more into sports card right
The
now.
15th, they're going to be doing a Pokemon opening of Unlimited.
Yep, I saw
and,
that too.
yeah, working with some of the creators to do it.
What Island said earlier was the rural places. Islands, no. I drove hours to go.
People
look for
already
cars
scalped
at
them.
Find any in Vancouver. I already drove hours. I drive an electric car, so I'm like, just call it a day. Like, just go chill. Like, and then actually in Calgary, where he is supposed to be, is that they have a lot of rural places that they've been posting that it's not as tapped yet. I am actually planning to go back after Worlds. I'm gonna go to Banff and make a trip out of it. So I really want to see Banff, the lake frozen. So I'm gonna go check it out, and then I'm gonna go buy some shit.
You should. It's beautiful out there.
You should
Yeah,
buy some.
I
you
was
should buy
just in
some
Banff.
vintage.
I was just there.
You should buy some vintage stuff, Jeff.
It's not if, it's when I win Worlds, I'll contact you.
All right,
I'll
Alan,
look you
what's
up.
the coolest card you've pulled so far from your packs?
Cards. I'd say a lot of my cool stuff is all sealed. So I have like these acrylic cases over here. These are all sealed. So this is like one of each artwork of every single pack still sealed. Like
That's
first,
pretty cool.
like first edition.
That's
So you
cool.
have base. I have like Neo Revelations, Neo Genesis, Neo Destiny, Neo Discovery, Team Rocket, Jungle, Base Set 2, Gym Challenge, Gym Heroes, Expedition, Aquapolis.
It almost sounds like he's just making things up now, but I believe it. But I believe it 100%.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
I-
problem.
I-
so well as well.
I love these things, man. And like these packs nowadays, like from like when you get them to what they were before, what they are now is incredible. Like you're like this is like a ton of money like sitting here, man. So I don't know. I feel kind of sketchy with this
I was
drawer.
Any of the ones that you
I'm
have
gonna walk
faced
the draw.
up, can you confirm if they're heavy or not, or
You can weigh them out. Yeah,
Weight
I haven't.
pack,
Some of them are
weight
weight, some of them are not. I don't remember though. Yeah.
You know what I mean when I say heavy. I think you know what I mean when I say they're
Yeah.
heavy.
Mhm. It depends on the weight. Somewhat. Yeah, we have Jungle as well.
Alan, someone was actually selling a base, the Team Rocket, the Rocket box, the old one,
How much was
for
it?
35K Canadian. So about 27K USD or
That's
so.
overpriced. That's overpriced.
Is
It
it
has to be a
27K?
first edition as well. Right now the
It's a
market's
first
around
edition.
20. It's around 20, maybe 21-ish for it.
They're
It's
selling
moving up
that
though.
right now. I saw it 27K, and
Crazy,
I
huh?
can't grasp. I can't personally grasp spending that much. At
That's
this
why
moment.
that's
I
why
don't
if you're
know.
gonna collect, a lot of the collectors they buy like certain packs that they like, right? And then you put it into a nice case and you keep it. That's an investment, and it's smaller than spending like 5 digits on a box. You know what I mean?
Okay. What about
Yeah.
like a fossil pack right now is go for 450 Canadian, so about 300 USD.
Depends. Hopefully it's not fake, but depends on the weight. 450 is okay. Is it first edition? I'm assuming it's not.
Yeah,
fake.
it's
Yeah.
first edition, 350 or 350 or so. Yeah. So
Yeah.
look at IslandGrown. You know I'm just gonna come to your house and fucking rob you.
So now we know.
You guys know. You guys always say like, "Oh, the whale talk on the podcast about RTA." This is the real whale talk right here. This is the real whale talk, not mobile games. TCG. TCG is the ultimate.
You guys know
True.
I have an issue with collecting shit. And
Yeah, look at behind him.
At the end of the day,
Behind
at
him.
the end of the day, I look at a lot of stuff. Do you think this is only 16 pairs, dude?
Yeah, but it looks good.
Yeah,
And it
so-
looks like you care about it too.
Yeah, so this is just 16 packs I have. But anyways, I was just talking to Island because it's an investment, and if you can understand it, at the end of the day, it's supply of demand. You understand it. I don't mind parking some of the money into TCG. It's something cool as well, and if I can make money from it in the future, or just
The best part is that if you decide, because this is not financial advice, but you go out there, you look at the market, and if you think it's a good investment, the best part about it is that it's kind of nostalgic as well. Imagine buying a stock that you invest in that feels good to collect as well. It's kind of like a hobby, nostalgia, and investment in one. So it kind of hits more tickers. I think that's why a lot of people are enjoying it so much, for the most part.
Did you see what Stoic just posted?
No, those are Facebook ads. They just put a random number there, and they want to see like it's not actually the price that they're asking.
Yeah.
But
How much is that worth though?
Yep, there it is.
Jeez.
See, look, Brian's got one right there.
You're like,
Wow.
you know what's crazy though? What Brian's holding is what I used to rip up as a kid.
Yeah, we would just rip and throw these away.
I'm
Yep.
Just rip it up, open it, and just.
thousands of dollars now.
We just
But-
eat those everywhere.
It's crazy.
I know Island has some stuff for sale, so
I'm
when I
glad
went in
I got
2
more
weeks-
into the hobby early. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I always collected and played TCG throughout my life, but I think like actually collecting and learning more about the stuff more so in the last like 2 years, right? Oh, this big boom has been like maybe the last like couple of months, 4 or 5 months or whatnot, but it's been pretty cool. Because we opened up cards on my stream from like even way back, even when I was living at the other place and I was opening stuff like evolutions. We'd always open Pokemon. It was always a part of the channel.
yeah, like
I was just gonna say, have you considered opening a pack on podcast?
Fuck that. I mean, if you want the newest set,
you open a pack of
Let's do it. Let's do it.
like the VVs are pretty cheap right now. I think I have 150 packs coming in, so I'm excited for that.
Wait, what's on the wheel?
Just to give you guys your fix.
Is it VV? Is it VV?
Yeah, it's VV. It's Vivid Voltage. Yeah,
My VV's arriving on Friday. I'm so excited. Alan, are we gonna open it on Discord by ourselves?
If you want to do a stream with it, or whatnot, I'll join you for fun. I'll chill and
Yeah,
I'll watch
open
with
it
you.
on. I'll open it on Discord first and see like what I need to learn everything about it too.
Yeah. I'll give you information about it as well. Did you buy sleeves and stuff as well with it?
I have not yet. Should I buy some?
You can buy some like penny sleeves and stuff like that. Open an old pack? I'm not balling, guys. I'm not balling to open those packs, dude. I'm happy they went up in value, but like yeah, I can't just be popping those, dude. Alright. Actually, we'll just skip to the back. We'll just skip a lot to the back here. You can see the last couple of cards. Let's see. This is a green code card though, so unless we get an amazing rare, there's gonna be nothing. So this pack
the
is
code
nothing.
actually matters.
The code matters, yeah. So the green code means that there's not going to be a hollow inside, but with this set here, Vivid Voltage, you can get a amazing rare in that pack still. And the reason why they have different code cards, they have the white one, hopefully it's white, they have a white one, and they have the green one, right? The white one indicates there's going to be a hollow in here, and the white one is actually lighter than the green one. So that's why they try to balance it out so people can't weigh packs. Because originally, people before, they would weigh packs, right? The old packs and be like, oh, this one's a light, this one's a heavy. Let me just sell my lights and keep all the heavies. So they counteract them with the different code cards and the weights. So it's pretty 5-hit from the Pokemon TCG. There is still a way to weigh them, but it's definitely not as accurate for sure.
Those are like 3 of my favorite Pokemon there.
Which ones?
The Riolu and Shimiko.
Oh, really? So we could get an amazing rare here, which was what people are going after, but it's not. I'll show you what amazing rare looks like after. Oh.
Full
All right.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's a Steelix.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a regular last pack, 3 packs. All right, give you guys your fix.
Okay. Just you can teach me.
This is my pick. This is my
I
pick.
I
think
feel like
I
I'm
have-
learning something I've never known. This is
I'm
cool.
living through you.
It's fun,
I mean,
right?
I think I have 150 VV packs coming in on Friday.
150. That's a couple booster packs. That's a green card.
Okay, how much is 150 VU packs, Jeff?
I think they're about $4 average per pack, right?
Yeah, $3-4 because it's the newest set. This is the newest set. So like the newer sets are obviously cheaper. I'll just kind of skip a little bit here.
I'm excited. I just want to have some fun, right? I just want to gamble.
I mean, if you think about it, sometimes when you're buying scrolls are like what, $2-3 if you're buying them, right?
$2,
So it's like, bro, like each one of these is a scroll, man. I think I get a little bit more of a kick out of it. Yeah, so no hollow there. So we didn't do too good, but it's all right. Little opening there.
But
Have
what
you
I
opened
told
the
you
card
today, You suggest me opening those or selling them?
Which ones?
Ryan, did you guys tune into the pack opening that we did on that Saturday after America's Cup?
No,
So
I
got-
didn't. Oh no, I saw it after. You guys opened like 10 of the double champion packs boxes, right?
I got.
Oh,
two
you got a
packs.
Lucario. Nice.
Yeah, Lucario.
That's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
That is really cool.
Where is it?
That's
There it is.
cool.
Yeah.
It's is it the Crimson? They said Burning Shadow, right? Crimson Invasion is no good. They said there's a Zard and Burning Shadows.
Pretty much any set that's gonna have a Zard is gonna be like pretty solid.
So how many ETBs do I buy if I am able to access it? Seriously.
So you think of how many you want to open, man? You mean these Lucarios?
Oh my god.
We opened a bunch on stream, yeah.
All right,
Um,
somebody's balling.
No,
okay,
we just
so-
opened that. Have you not even seen like here? Let me just turn my.
I can see the stacks. Yeah, I can see the stacks.
That's just on the table. I need to clear that table off eventually.
Do you know how many Pokemon packs you've opened in total?
For
I know you like to
these, for the
count things,
Champions Pass
so I'm
recently,
curious.
Probably like 100 or 200, something like that. But in general, no, I don't know a ton.
Yeah.
But
I was just
I'm
curious because I
more.
know you
Back
count
shit,
things like
bro.
your LD Nat 5, so I was curious if you count
Right.
how many packs.
Yeah,
you've
I'm below
opened in
average.
there.
I'm below average for the pools. But like for most of the times I open, it's just like for content for stream and it's fun at the same time, right? Because technically, if I want to do investment, this is like dumb to open it, right?
Yeah. What do you do with all the cards that you don't use?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. What do I do with it?
During the winters, because it gets really cold in Hawaii, I use it for firewood.
Firewood? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good way to start fires. Good.
No, you just send it in for bulk. So what you do is you take it up, and a lot of the companies they'll take bulk. So you send them, and it's like anywhere from like 2.5K to 3K bulk cards, like whatever's, and you send it to them, and they'll send you back like a booster box. So you can get
Oh,
a box
really?
of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can do that.
That's not long
Obviously,
enough.
you can see them;
But,
they're gonna
okay,
make a ton of money off of it, obviously. But
How
you
do I
get a booster
store them?
box.
How do I store them? Like,
You can just
Literally
you can just stack them all together, and then like you can just put them in some kind of box. So you're gonna have to ship it to them, right? So like
Okay.
what I like to do, which is convenient for them, I'll take like a stack of hundreds, so they don't have to count it, right? And then after that, I'll wrap it in like folder paper or something, and then I'll just tape it, and it's in like packs of folder paper, right? Just to keep them kind of okay like condition, and just send it out. I think firewood's more
Okay.
valuable. I think this might be more valuable than firewood. I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
But, so,
Trash
yeah,
cards or firewood?
So for the Burning Shadows ETB, do I buy them to sell or do I buy them to actually open?
That's what you got to debate on, man. Like, are you in this to open
Half
for
and
fun?
half.
Are you in this to like invest? Like, whatever you want to do. But like, if you want the biggest investment probabilities, it would be the old stuff, because the old stuff is the most nostalgic. First off, and secondly, the old stuff that it's not gonna get printed anymore. A lot of this new stuff, right? Vivid Voltage and stuff like that, it's gonna get reprinted. It's new. It hasn't stopped yet. It hasn't stopped
So
yet.
because the Burning Shadows, there's gonna be, I showed you the ETB, right? I can go in and probably buy, if I make it go early, I can probably go buy 15, 20 of them. So I don't know if I want to sell them. I don't mind selling some to make back the cost of some opening some.
You should
But I
on
do
eBay.
want to open a shitload as well.
Yeah,
Okay, check them on eBay.
yeah, you can sell them on eBay.
Good to know.
But all right, cool. Thank you guys for joining me on today's podcast. Really nice. I mean, I think, if people like the Pokemon talk, leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on some of the things that we talked about. Summoners War, the cups, the changes to artifacts, and if you're into Pokemon, go ahead and, stop by the streams.
Pokemon podcast.
Yeah, and we
One day.
can have it as a fun topic. It's a good fun icebreaker topic to have at the beginning or the end of a podcast for sure, because everybody enjoys
Started it
it.
as a joke, but I'm glad that we did it.
Yeah, yeah.
I asked the podcast topic. I said, "When will IslandGrown beat the Elite Four?"
Yeah, you
then
both
we
like,
said-
it's Stoics like, let's talk about like who's your favorite Pokemon. I was like, okay, if you guys want to talk about Pokemon, we can put it as a topic discussion if you want for fun. Not a problem.
It's pretty fun because me and Island has been talking basically every day about it,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to get all my shit in very soon. So should be fun. It's something else that we can get into. It's like we're not all just about Summoners War, right? We do a lot of things in life. We have different hobbies as well. So it's cool to bond over another thing other than bitching about Comp to us or Summoners War.
Yeah,
right?
like
Reddit
you can
and-
tell it's really hype as well because when they streamed it, right? Mizkif streamed it, 70K viewers. Like that's the highest he ever had. And then
Yeah, I
Train
saw that.
streamed it, and then he got 80K viewers when we were on there. That's ridiculous, dude. So it just shows how much nostalgia Pokemon has. But anyways, we're gonna put the link to all their streams down below. Check them out, right? Talk about Summoners War, talk about Pokemon, all their streams. Everybody here streams quite a bit. Jeff's streaming. Everybody has different hours as well, which is great. It's perfect. So stop in, ask questions, talk to them about the podcast, and I'll see you guys in the next live streamer video. Peace out, YouTube.
Cheers,
Thanks,
thanks for
guys.
having us.
Yeah, anytime.